He's here. Could you please welcome the Prime Minister, Mr. John Howard. He's working in the Denham Mines.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends, recruiters and consultants, welcome to the RCSA Conference for 2004. Our theme for this year is Focus on the Future. Now, for all you Scrabble enthusiasts in the audience, focus is a word which is both a verb and a noun. So, get ready, buckle yourself in. There will be plenty to do, as well as to see and hear in the times ahead.
Tonight we have assembled a cavalcade of legal talent, with all funds being raised going towards the Justice Museum. Ladies and gentlemen, there seems to be a strange apparition up there on the balcony. We were warned by the people at RMIT that sometimes there are restless ghosts that do wander the various balconies, and we were assured that it was not the spirit of former Vice-Chancellors. But we'll see.
It's great to be back here and good to see some familiar faces from the last time we met. Last year we gave a presentation about copyright and a few other related matters, referring I think to possums in the roof and various cases that we'd come across in relation to copyright. Just one more before we get into the contract. The other day I was driving to an appointment and there's a traffic jam up there on the M5. Cars were banked up, about 50 cars, and there was this kid on a skateboard going through, and I wound down my window and I said to the guy, "Hey, what's happening up there?" And he said, "Look, some lawyers stopped the traffic. He's got out of his car, he's poured kerosene all over himself, and he's threatening to kill himself." And I said, "Well, what are you doing?" He said, "Well, I'm taking up a collection for the lawyer." And I said, "Well, what have you got so far?" And he said, "We've got 3 lighters, 4 candles and a Bunsen burner." Let's move on to his co-presenter.
Oh no.
This will be quick. A woman who has had over 20 years' experience in marketing, initially with Saatchi & Saatchi and Ogilvy and Marr, working with blue-chip clients such as Wedgwood, Club Mediterranee, American Express and Reader's Digest. She has always been passionate about creativity in the widest sense. To further this interest, she has recently studied applied psychology with Dr. Bandler, founder of NLP, and hypnotism with Paul McKenna. In 1994,
Our conference is today unofficially kicked off with a game of golf. Now, I went out there this morning at the crack of 10, and I can see from some of the faces in the audience today looking a bit less stressed that it was a great way to start this magnificent 3-day program. Actually, I did manage to play a few holes with one of our speakers, one of our presenters, Mr. Mark Davies. Mark hit a birdie and an eagle, a kangaroo, a koala, a caddy, you name it. He also got hit in the thumb.
Our next speaker, you really want to listen to very carefully, because he was telling me before he's on very good terms with the big person upstairs. Could you please welcome the Reverend Tim Costello? This is a little number, and in the tradition of music theatre, you always leave the audience with a tune in there. And so I go to a bit of felt. What are the 2 words that people can think about? Start, spread, and news. And all tears real soon. We want an Aussie Edison. Oh yes, oh yes.
We'd like to dedicate the last song of tonight to all the lawyers in the room, and especially to our special guest of honour, the Chief Justice. The late George Woolner worked on High Street and lived on Manors. 52 years he sat on his veranda and made his saddles And if you had questions about sheep or flowers or dogs, just ask the saddler. He lived without sin. They're building a library for him.
Batman and Wonder Woman? No. Superman and Lois Lane? No. Fred and Ginger? No. Please welcome Mark Davies and Tina Catling.